Morning. Hello, hello, hello. So I wanted to do something simple this morning and swift, kind of, that I could just do it and get on with the day. And I seem to have set myself up to do something, so if I didn't do it, I'd be kind of annoyed at myself. Anyway, I remembered Lily had bought herself sunflowers yesterday, and I thought that might be a simple and, a subject that I can just do and leave alone then. I wanted to be inspired by them as well, and I am inspired by the shapes and the angles of the sunflowers. And what I'm doing here is just putting down a layer of acrylic ink in the shapes of the sunflowers that I'm seeing. I probably need to let it dry for a while now before I was going to just do a drawing with the ink, on the white paper, and then I thought, why not put some colour down first. But I don't want it to be wet when I'm working over it. So I either I think I might go and just get something to print off like a cloth or something. Maybe I could just draw with this while it dries. Because I guess it's no harm to have some green in here as well. This is a watercolor pencil. I had planned on drawing with the Indian ink, but actually I guess this means I don't have to wait for the yellow to dry, and I can keep it as bright as it is. Which I don't know, is it a good decision or not? But anyway, that's it. There's another sunflower over there, which I'm kind of ignoring through the greenery of it. And this one has a leaf going down this way. And two smaller ones here. I don't know if you can see the green even from where you are. Maybe I'll get some other pencils. Watercolor pencils are a good way of making a line. And there are a couple of yellow ones here. But I think it would be helpful for me to have something to wipe away with, so I'll get a cloth. Just to begin making the shape of the general shape of the flowers, to eat into some of it there. And I suppose I could lift out some of the yellow at the centre and maybe put some sort of colour in there eventually for that one. I might use black Indian ink, or I don't know, who knows. And then I can also carve out some of the edges of these petals with the damp cloth. I'll just use that for the background ones. The center of this one too, you have a dark color in there. Let's see if this will work. Maybe the darker yellow. I think the ink is fairly dry now, so maybe I could use the Indian ink now. We've quite a statement over what's here. That harm to try it anyway. And I do have I was going to say I do have a sepia coloured ink, but it looks like it's completely dried up. Tiny bit left in there. I could maybe put a little drop of black ink into it and see if that would because I remember the black Indian ink is really dark, so anything that'll soften the dark of it and make it read maybe is a little bit more similar to the colour of the centre of the sunflowers is helpful. So there's a touch of I think it's sienna coloured ink in the mix here. I just put some around there that I can spread out a bit. I need to just use my finger. It's more black ink than it is burnt sienna. Oh, it's actually supposed to be raw umber. That's the name in the jar. I put the black ink into it so it's more greyish really. That's how it's coming out. It's doing something. It's giving some bit of a value to the centre of the sunflower, and that helps. Kind of a value that's not completely black. Right. I'm going to draw with the yellow again here. That one needs a bit more explaining, doesn't it, down there? I wonder if I put like an orange and black concoction in, if that would give me a good colour. Of course, the orange I have is fluorescent, so it might be a very strange mix altogether. Let's see. And some of the fluorescent orange in with oh Jesus, I spilled the black. Bugger. Spilled it on the table there. And onto the decking. There. That's right. Okay. Oh, yeah, it's still really black, isn't it? Which I'm going to keep going with it. This was my intention originally, was to do a black and white drawing actually, just using the ink. Because I like all the angles that the sunflower makes, the leaves and the petals of the sunflower house. There's a kind of papery quality to it that I think is best, is well described with a line of ink. And a line of ink that's not completely controllable, kind of makes it a little bit exciting too. Kind of need to be a bit on the ball, like twisting and turning the stick in order to get it flow. Um, I feel a bit lazy this morning, so I'm kind of wanting to do as little as I can to get there. And it's not a bad impulse to have when you're painting because it helps you to select what's important and not draw everything. So I'm kind of tuning into that hopefully here and deciding just to do those bits that are going to really explain it for me and not feel like I have to draw everything. Because there's a lot here, isn't there? A lot of layers, a lot of sunflower, a lot of green, a lot of kind of withered looking greenery. Okay, so the dark is actually there. And this is actually yellow. I'm using the cloth that I wiped up the Indian ink with, so it's a bit dark still. I wonder if maybe this might work as a drawn line. It's the yellow acrylic ink. Not liking that much really. But I could maybe use the watercolor pencil to drag it around a bit. Because it's alright too to have mediocre days, you know, when I'm kind of giving out to myself if everything doesn't go to plan, and actually sometimes you're just doing well to keep going, just to keep the day moving along without becoming too despondent in yourself, you know. And even if you do, like, it's hard enough to have that feeling without also giving out to yourself for having that feeling. So yeah, I'm just gonna give myself a wee bit of a break here and play about for another few minutes, and then I'll take me easy out to the field. Those are the things that kind of keep the show on the road here. A little trundle with the dog, and maybe I'll make some scones. I've got raspberry jam I made from the raspberries in the field near me here, and I've yet to have a scone and that jam on it. So maybe today's the day. And I've got some extra thick cream, you know, that you don't even have to whip. I'm gonna put that on top. Suddenly got a new lease of life. I had thought that I wouldn't have the scones early anyway today because last night I stayed up late watching a movie, and then I started watching the Olympic Games on YouTube on the iPlayer, and I was really just pulling myself along to stay awake. It was like 3 a.m. eventually. It was good though because Lily came in at that point, so I was able to see her after her night out. But anyway, I was eating my dinner at like 10 o'clock last night, so I had thought that I wouldn't then have an early breakfast. Well, it's not early. It's nearly 12 o'clock, I think. Well, no, it's probably 11 o'clock. And by the time I've made the scones, I could take me easy to the field while they're baking, actually. Sometimes I take myself off to a coffee shop and stuff, when actually I could sit here in the swinging seat in the sunshine. And there is sunshine today. Hooray! and just have my own little, read another short story. And I was listening to Tara Brock one time saying that she was just always feeling that she wasn't doing enough or wasn't being enough or wasn't and all this. And she said, she sat down and wrote down for herself what would she have to do to feel like what would she have to accomplish to get the feeling that she would be enough? What would that, what is that invisible goal that's always out there further than we are? And when we reach that, we'll be fine. And she said that she couldn't, there was no end. When she wrote over all the things, there was nothing, she could find no end to it. So there was always something else that she could have done or needed to do or done differently. And in the end, I think what she decided in the end was that it's a frame of mind and it's not to do with anything that we do. Frame of mind, or maybe it's, just that feeling like we don't have to produce stuff to be worthwhile. It's kind of necessary in the world, isn't it, to be doing stuff, but it's nice too to be free to know that that doesn't determine our worthiness. Like, and I forget that. I really forget that a lot. But I also, like, there is a satisfaction in doing stuff, so I do try and keep to some bit of a ritual around creating something every day. And that feeling of satisfaction in yourself, to do some bit of stretching and something creative before lunch, I think is a good way to, it gives you a good head start if you do even just maybe 5 minutes. My sister's doing these lovely Tai Chi every morning for 10 days, these little videos. And I'll put the link below if you want to join her. Only 5 minutes, like it's really quick, lovely, very gentle Tai Chi. I'll do that after this actually because that really helps as well. But yeah, so there's, I suppose, like everything, there's always all these different like paradoxes, and not the word about, when you think, oh yeah, that's what it is. I just need to give myself a break and not do stuff. Here she is. And then you kind of remember actually, it does feel satisfying to do stuff too, to accomplish things. And even when it feels a bit boring, sometimes that's the time when you end up doing stuff that actually surprises you. Sometimes that happens. And sometimes it's just a hard slog. But I do reckon that, like, while it's lovely to hang on to the good times and all that, I think they feel better if there's something to accentuate them, like those times when things were a bit rough. And it can help us to appreciate, I suppose, the good stuff. Here, I don't know. There's all different things, but it helps me to talk to you anyway and try and work it out. I'm getting a bit, yeah, I'm kind of getting a bit lost here now. What about might do a bit more on the green maybe. Even just this leaf here. Actually, mixed in with the black, it's not a bad idea to try and find some of those darker green tenderly things in beside the flowers. You could do a whole load of studies of sunflowers, couldn't you, and not get bored? Like, well, I am a bit bored. But I could see this being a subject that I could continue in different lights and different vases and all that. And I'm sitting outside, obviously, and so it's a bit of a new angle for you there. But I think you're able to see the sunflowers and see the paper maybe a bit better than usual. There's also some foxgloves growing over there that I could do another time maybe. I love foxgloves as well. But sometimes I don't feel so inspired. I think maybe I thought all I needed to do was go to a gallery and to get myself excited again, but I went to a gallery and while I love some of the work in there, I didn't really, maybe I had expected it to trigger something. And you know how expectation is a killer. Like, you think, if you think something's going to happen and it doesn't, then It was only disappointment. Anyway, so that didn't really make me feel hugely inspired. Like I remember being totally captivated by flowers at one point, and I wonder whether, not that I'm going to ever not be captivated by them, but I wonder if there's something different now. Maybe even a different discipline, like some sort of, maybe a bit more writing. I like writing. Or maybe clay modeling, or I don't know, maybe something else. Maybe dancing. I don't know. But I do love colour, and I think I'll always revert to painting and drawing because it's what I know, and also I can get into that place of feeling present when I do that because I'm looking at the thing right in front of me and drawing it down and looking back and drawing that, so there's no time for that kind of, as they call it, the monkey mind to enter in. Um, Sometimes there's time for it to enter in, but mostly it's a good way to avoid it being taken over. Avoid being taken over by it. This is the green leaf now that's going to sit in front of that. In front of that sunflower there. It's actually quite a bright leaf. You wouldn't think it with black outline around it. Scratch off the light off it. A little bit of spit there. Nice. And I think I can make it a bit later. And just let the dark ink represent the inside of the sunflower again. Okay. I suppose I could use a dark outline at the bottom here as well, maybe. And I wonder if the grey Inktense pencil would be the thing here. It's not that dark, but it's different from the yellow, and it would let this maybe read as being in shadow down there. That's the case with this sunflower. It's in shadow mostly, except for these bits up here. And I've got this bright yellow too. Maybe for some of the tips. To kind of disturb some of that dark. I was using the grey, wasn't I? Hmm. I need something a bit darker down here. Or maybe even just introduce a touch of red. It seems as though there's a bit of a crimsony shade to those withered petals over there on that side. Maybe a touch of it in places elsewhere would help too. It's not a great addition, but anyway, I don't think it's disturbing things too much either. I just want to be able to give some bit of darkness to the other side there. And then I might wipe away in between to get the chiseled feel of those metals down there again. Probably was a bad idea to wipe up the Indian ink with the cloth I'm using to wipe away with. I'd say that's as much explaining as it's gonna let me do. Or maybe I can use the dark, because when I look at that leaf again, that's quite dark there. I could maybe just indicate some of the darker bits with the rag that is already covered in Indian ink. I'm just like windscreen wipers and top speed over and back, looking at the darks as I see them in general. It's all a little bit messy, those moves I've just made there, but I think I'm okay with it too. I could kind of clarify them a bit maybe again with the drawn line, really, with the grey drawn line. I didn't want that gone on there though, because it's really white underneath. I put them on sitting on a white tray. Mm-hmm. Some of that ink there, it's quite dark. And I'll use that in here, because I kind of want it to be dark in here. Not so much out there. I want that to be more the green, I think. I'm so familiar. Going down to see Billy Joel in Wales next week. I need to get Maisie looked after. I need to find accommodation. On the way down, I think, is what we're going to do, and then drive back to that same place on the way back. It could be close enough to Cardiff, but on the route home, like, because Cardiff itself is fierce expensive for that night, of course. The way they put the prices up when there's someone famous coming. But I'm excited. I love Billy Joel. That was one of the records we had growing up. It was his Piano Man, I think it was. We're going to be standing at the front of the stage. And Lily plays some of his songs, and she plays them really beautifully. the piano, sings as well. So it's nice to be going with her. I think the three girls will probably enjoy coming actually, but it'll be for another time. Erin's in Canada. I didn't even mention it to Hope, I don't think. Well, actually, I did know because she's maybe going to mind lazy. But you can't do everything with all of them all the time. She can't. All right. I think it's time to stop there. There's something happened anyway. That's it. A bit of a jumble of sunflowers. Let's be water. But it's good to see you. And then I'll be in touch again tomorrow, hopefully. They're a different colour yellow, aren't they? Sunflowers themselves. Yeah, they're grand. Okay, good to see you. Bye.